Hey, what's going on, everyone? Today's March 12th, 2023. We're going to talk about Roku today because the investors in Roku now is reeling at the fact that SVB has collapsed. Now, why would they feel nervous right now? Because Roku had funds locked up in that bank. Let's take a look at this article from Forbes. You guys can see that these companies, Roku, Circle, Roblox, and many more, held not just a little bit of money, but major funds in Silicon Valley Bank, or SVB, when it crashed. Now, does that mean that they was not able to get the money out? Yes, that is exactly what it means. Roku could not get their money out of SVB Bank before it collapsed. So now the question is, can they get the money that they had locked up in SVB Bank? Will the FDIC actually insure their deposits of higher than $250,000? That has yet to be determined. You guys can see it right here, highlighted it. Roku, a hardware digital media company known for its streaming devices, held about 26% of its cash at Silicon Valley Bank. I think that's well over $250,000 of the insured guaranteed amount from the FDIC. 26% cash that Roku doesn't have access to as of today. Roku held an estimated, check this out, $487 million of cash at SVB Bank, representing approximately 26% of the company's cash and cash equivalents as of Friday, according to a securities filing, with its remaining $1.4 billion in cash distributed across other financial institutions. The company noted. Problem: what if these other financial institutions go belly up like SVB? Where will Roku put the money then? If there's one fire, there's others. Hopefully, I bet you one thing that Roku now is having board meetings trying to figure out, okay, what is the health of these other financial institutions that we have our money at now? Because if we cannot get our money from SVB, what is the probabilities of us not getting the money from the other institutions? And if we see red flags at these other financial institutions, then guess what? It's time for us to initiate some wires, some withdrawals. We need to get the money out these banks before they go belly up like SVB. These meetings are occurring as of today, yesterday, this whole weekend. Businesses are now paying attention to the health and stability of these financial institutions, where they have their money locked up. Now, if they're doing it, then guess what you should be doing? The same thing. Now, understandably, if you don't have $250,000 or greater, anything greater than $250,000, you should be good, because the FDIC is going to cover your deposits. But if you're an individual that has more than $250,000 locked up in one institution, it is probably time to look into that bank. Just saying. So now, what will be the situation if Roku does not get that 26% of its cash, that $487 million? What will it do? Will it hurt the stock? Will the market in Roku not be able to conduct its business? Will it have to draw out some other lines of loans to pay or refill that void of them not getting that cash? What will it do? Check this out. Roku said it believes its existing cash balance will be, quote, sufficient to continue company operations for the next year and beyond. They always come out with these type of statements to reassure investors that everything is okay. The CEO of SVB also did the same thing right before the bank collapsed. If people would just be real and fully transparent, it would be a lot better. Because as we get more of these scenarios of leaders telling people to remain calm and don't panic, everything will be okay. In the end, it's not. People won't believe these statements that these businesses continue to come out with. Of course, you would come out if you're in a situation as the CEO of Roku, you would say everything's going to be cool. Don't worry about it. We have enough cash outside of 20% void to continue our operations. We're good. Of course, they would say that. Because if they don't, then the value of their stock will crater. But take a look at the stock price anyway for Roku. Look at this. The market has pretty much told you that there's issues with Roku. It's trading at $59.99 when a couple of years ago, back in 2021, it was trading around $460. Take a look at that. All-time highs to where price is now is 87% loss. Gone. So yeah, there's issues at Roku. Don't follow what a CEO says. Don't follow with the statements that businesses come out with, telling you that everything's going to be okay. Don't worry about it. Everything is fine. You look at the stock price. The stock price will tell you that everything is not fine. Because if it was, rather than us seeing Roku going down in price, it will be going up. Because people put their money in what they trust and what they feel is going to bring a return. People who have been investing in Roku obviously does not believe that there's going to be a return. Take a look. I did a price prediction, as a matter of fact, back here in November the 4th, 2022. You guys can see it. I anticipated the price of Roku to go down 22, almost 23% right there. Okay, you guys can see it. If you guys haven't seen my video, go and check it out. It is still there. I'm fully transparent in my predictions. And here it is. Market in Roku on December 27, 2022 hit our ultimate TP price of $40, 22.88%. Boom, right there. Simple. Now, we talked about how the downtrend into the market in Roku was in play ever since 2022 of March. The market in Roku was downtrending. So now, what do we think now? With them not able to get that cash out the bank, do you think Roku is going to fall below this trend? Because right now, Roku is trending. Okay, it's trending higher. Well, it was until March the 9th. Here it is, March 12th. This is when SVB began to come through, right? This is when the information hit the street. Okay, I will tell you that. Now, what if I were to tell you that the chart is telling you way ahead of time, before this SVB hit the news, that the insiders of Roku knew that something was going to pop? Can you see that on the chart right now? Because I'll show it to you. That someone in Roku, insider, outsider, hedge fund, somebody saw something that told them we need to go. We need to get out our position in Roku, because if we don't, the value of this stock is going to go down, because we won't be able to get the money out of our banks. The raising of interest rates is causing us to make some drastic decisions. What should we do? Well, I'll show it to you if you guys don't see it, okay? Because it's right here. This is where the market insider, somebody in Roku, said, look, we need to jump. We need to go, because here's earnings right there. Earnings came out on the 15th of February. Okay. They're losing money. And if they cannot get that 26% that's lost in SVB right now, that's even worse than them losing money on the revenue that they reported. Right? On the earnings per share, they've made money on the revenue. This was an opportunity for them to sell. How do I know that? Well, the volume. Look at this. All this volume on the 16th of February is what caused price to go down. Now we can add what would be the harm if Roku cannot get access to that 26%, that $467 million. That's hurting on the business if you cannot get that much money. What are you going to do? Is that going to hurt the stock's price? Yes, it is. Especially seeing how we have already created a new trend, which is down. Now, it would have been one thing if we would have seen Roku hold this trend line, right? It would have been one thing, but it didn't. So check this out. Here is Roku on the weekly chart. Okay. Are you bullish or bearish in the stock? Take a look. All the way back in May 2022, buyers came in and held the stock price right here. I'm gonna circle it so you guys can see it. Right there, they held price, but only to sell because the market in Roku fell below 75.50 and it could not trade back up above it. The last time Roku traded above 75.50 was August of 2022. Here it is almost a year into it, and price is still showing its inability to trade above that area. That's a problem. Okay, that's one problem. Let's look at Roku on 2 weeks. Here it is on the 2-weekly time frame. The weakness and selling that came in on this 2-weekly price bar is still bleeding through the last completed 2 weeks. Here it is on the 5-weekly chart. Okay, we're still seeing emphasis of selling. So if I were to give a weight to which side of the market is actually garnering more pressure, it's the sellers. As of right now, they have an edge over the buyers as of today. They do. So what do you think the market's going to do in Roku then? Well, it's going to continue to be weak. Now, I'm not going to say that price is going to crash, but expect some consolidation of trading into anything. Okay? Expect some sideways trading or trading within a range. We already got the upper range of $75. Where would be the lower range for Roku? Well, the ultimate low range will have to be at the lows, which occurred here on December 22nd, 2022, albeit there are some other areas above that level that we could see buyers, namely right here around $49.50. Okay, so let me go ahead and do this. We're going to predict that Roku is going to continue to trade, if anything, within these two lines, preferably going down right now. We're going to look for the market in Roku to trend to the downside again. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and drop some targets on this chart so you guys can actually see where I'm looking at buyers to show up. Okay, way before the market even moves. So let me bring up this magnifying glass, and we're going to anticipate weakness in Roku, especially with the scenario that is ongoing with their inability to get their cash out of SVB Bank. Now, if they are able to get cash out, price will go up. It'll be a quick move higher, right? But don't be fooled. We have this area of resistance at 75.50, and we won't be tricked into thinking that the market is now a buy. We need to see price in Roku trade back up above 75.50 to get more confirmation that the market is now trending higher than what we're getting currently. Okay, so now that first target is going to be here. Okay, $56.12. That's 6.47% move down right there, 56.12. Okay, my second target is going to be here around 51.52. You guys can see it's 14.93%. 51.04 there. My third target, we do not want to see price really break below $48. We don't want to see that. Okay, so let's just say 47.88, 20.2% move down, 47.88. Now, again, we can see price go all the way down to this area of lows, yes, but let's just be conservative a little bit. Okay, so this is my targets as to what I'm looking at in Roku. What do you think now? Are they going to get the money? Do you think price is going to trend higher? Do you think Roku's stock price is going to trade within range? What do you think is going to happen next? I've shown you what I think. Now it's your turn Drop a comment real quick. Let me know. Subscribe to the channel while you're at it, because you're not going to get anything more simplistic than this on any social media platform. Make sure you maintain the profitability. And as always, trade different.